It's like full force, full like
Shaking.
We have these two panels that's been wrapped for about almost a week. We are gonna remove it and kind of show you the differences of removal. They have different construction. So in the previous video, we talked about this is a PVC and this is actually a TPU. It is about 4 times thicker. So the first step for removal is making sure that everything is warm. This has been inside for a while. However, the panel does seem a little bit cooler than what I wanted to. And while I pull away this way, I'm just gonna have some heat. So I think this is important because a lot of people ask like, okay, can I, like after a few years, I get tired of my color, can I just remove it? Yes, this is how you remove it. This vinyl is actually Avery Denizen, the SW900 Supreme Wrap series. I typically recommend really only using high quality vinyl. So what I mean by that is these are all cast, which are typically, in my opinion, a lot better construction and easier to work with and higher quality. So what I'm doing is that it's edge wrapped, so it's a little bit tighter on those edges, but once I get the edges down, I should be able to pull from a corner. I'm just gonna put some water. This is gonna be hot water. And I'm just gonna be putting it all across the vinyl. And this will help because it warms up that vinyl. Stainless steel is incredible when it sticks really good. Like it grips, I think, even more than normal paint, right? So it is a little bit harder to remove. And I'll kind of show you what I see underneath afterwards. So right now, I have it. It's a lot easier now that it has some of that. You can see how much easier compared to like the previous part. Okay, there you go. Just gonna pull it. So normally when I remove vinyl, I actually pull this way because it creates the least amount of surface tension, but it's so aggressive on the stainless steel that I just kind of pull like this way. And I have to use a good amount of force. Just like that. Go ahead. And one other tip is like if you live in a very, very tropical and like hot area, leave it out for like a good bit. And then use that hot water method. Okay. All right, so that was all in one piece. So before I get into the PPF, kind of some things I want to show you. There's actually remnants of the adhesive right here. This is not damaged or anything. If you just notice, I used some hot water and I should rub it and then get all that out. Or you could use an adhesive remover. But in this case, it's so minor that I could just get this out with a car wash. So you can see that. It's like kind of like small dots. I hate removing PPF, but it must be done. I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh, this is crazy. Look at the hydrophobic properties of this thing. Here we go. Removes pretty easy. One thing about color PPF and just PPF in general, like especially matte, it does rip pretty easy. So just be careful with that one. There we go. And you can see this is where my edges failed. And then, so that's where I'm gonna start with. It feels so much thicker, like, dang, I should probably wear a glove. So I know this looks easy, like on camera, but like no professional shop loves removing PPF and vinyl. Shops will charge like an hourly rate. That's how most shops do it. And then, you know, it can take full car, you know, maybe 2 to 3 hours, maybe a little bit more, depending on what you have on there and some of the complexities, like did it use primer, did it not? It's definitely way harder. Like it is, I mean, it makes sense, right? It's like 4 times thicker. It doesn't give out as much. So, got my second round of hot water. The other thing is like, it's so thick. I don't know if the heat is like going through. See if I could loosen it up on this side. Maybe try from the bottom. Yeah, let's try that. All right, this is nuts because I'm using like full force right now. So I got like almost boiling water. It's not quite boiling water, but you'll see how hot it is because of steam. All right, so. It doesn't help that much. All right, that's the tag in. Sweet, we can open it for that one. Oh, one thing here, this is the side we use adhesion promoter. Okay, so this is, man, these corners are tough. You can see a little bit of that adhesion promoter. Okay, so you do this side and we'll just kind of bring it down. It's like full force, full like shaking. I'm like sore from doing this. I am tired, but okay, that's fine. All right, so removability, freaking hard. Hopefully this gives you an understanding of why this lasts so much longer too. It is much, much, much harder to remove. And you can kind of see, let me give you that. The difference right here, it's definitely lighter than this. Dang, should we like weigh it? So we got the colored vinyl here. And this is on ounces, right, in ounces. And this is 6 ounces roughly, okay? And then this is the PPF. Let me try to ball it up a little bit. It's about 10. 10.4 ounces. It's not quite double, but it's pretty heavy compared to like these two, right? But let me just kind of talk a little bit about removability. As I mentioned several times, it would have been easier if we just really heat this all up, but we kind of wanted to do it in a way like if you were to do yourself, or like how would you remove it? So kind of taking that approach. The adhesive is about, I got a little bit more here on the color PPF, but it looks very, very similar. So you can see like the patches right here and some of the micro patches right here. What happens is when you're pulling it so hard, that adhesive layer separates from the vinyl film and the backing. So when that happens, it separates and it leaves the adhesion on the surface, right? So that's kind of why if the film is warmer and you leave it outside, that's why it's less likely to do this. It's not a big deal. You can remove it. Maybe later down the line, you change your mind. You want to go from red to green or whatever you want to go. That's not going to be a problem with the every denizen and really all high quality vinyl out there. And then the PPF, no problem at all. However, you might have to use a little bit more muscles. If you are paying shop, you might pay a little bit more because they typically will charge it on an hourly basis. If you're doing normal PPF, it actually will be a lot shorter. It's thicker than the colored vinyl, but also thinner than the colored PPF. But hopefully that gave you some understanding of removal of these two types of film. Let us know if you have any questions. Click on that subscribe button, and we'll see you later.